My vocation story is about 65 years old. I grew up in a Franciscan parish in the far north of Wisconsin. And even as a little kid, we would see this friar pop out of one of the brothers pop out of the side room. It reminded me of a kind of a cuckoo clock. He would pop out, go work on the altar, and then he would go back in. Um, and that at least acquainted me with the friars early on. I also remember when I was in second grade, the classes would take turns singing at the daily mass, and we would be up in the choir loft. And one day it just struck me how wonderful it would be to be able to touch the body of Jesus. Now, in those days, only the priest could touch the consecrated host. And I thought, wow, that would be great. And I think it still is, but not necessarily just the host, but just be able to touch the body of Christ in all its forms. And that's what got me thinking about Franciscanism, and actually priesthood probably more at the beginning, until I went to the high school seminary and learned more and more about the friars. I have spent over 40 years, well, that's not quite 40 years, in parochial ministry, serving very often in African American parishes, sometimes in one that was African American and African. I've been the principal of two different grade schools. I've also done Hispanic ministry in Louisiana and Arkansas, and was pastor of the 5 northernmost parishes in Wisconsin for about 7 years. But mostly at parish. Then I did 18 months as the director of development for Sacred Heart Province, and then was elected to the current position of provincial vicar. I think what I enjoyed most was it was never the same 2 days in a row. You never knew what was going to happen. So I've been a music teacher, a math teacher, an English teacher, electrician, a bus driver, a soccer coach, basketball coach. So getting an ability or a chance to do so many different things with the gifts that God has given me. I would describe myself as being kind of an inveterate introvert. I don't go out easily. I don't stand in front of a camera easily. But I think I am one who is dedicated to the Franciscan ideal and dedicated to whatever job I've been assigned to do. I think the challenge for Franciscans and all religious orders and mainline churches is going to be relevance. One of the words I like to use in our meetings is impact. How are we, as we grow smaller and older, how will we continue to have an impact on the larger society, not just on the people we meet day by day, but the larger society? And as we grow smaller and older, and we begin to have to leave more places, how will we have an enduring impact, something that will last long beyond the existence of most of us, or maybe even the province itself? You know, there seems to be more and more division in the country. I would hope that in some ways we'll be able to moderate and mediate between, I don't want to say warring factions, but people who disagree with each other, even if it's just domestic arguments. I think I would like to see the friars be more actively engaged in the matters of creation, of protecting and preserving creation. There's a grade school that's right across the street from our parish office, and I often hear the kids out there playing, and I think to myself when I hear that, what kind of world are we leaving them? And will they be this happy in 20 years? Will the world be a place that will give them happiness? So that, I think, also is very important to me, that we do something about creation. I'm very happy to work with the guys who have been appointed. And I think the challenge for us is going to, in 3 years, to lay a foundation for a province that we hope will endure. And I'm excited, and it is daunting, but I am excited to be part of that effort.